Hi guys, welcome to the Puzzle Villa. I am your friend the Puzzle Bug. In this academic episode, level beta, senior high school maths, we shall be looking at the topic bearing and distances. Bearing and distances. Bearing deals with the angles turned through to view a location. Bearing deals with the angles turned through to view a location. This is usually described in two ways. We have surveyor bearing, also known as true bearing, and compass bearing. Let's look at the two of them briefly. We will be using specific angles to describe these two categories. Okay, now before we have even begun, let's bear this in mind. Always bear this in mind when you want to measure angles. When we talk of three-digit bearing, also the surveyor bearing, please remember these facts. It is always measured from the north and the direction is clockwise. Always from the north and the direction clockwise. It is usually specified in 3 digits. Even when it's not up to 3 digits, we have 0. For instance, 0, 3, 0, and so on. Okay, and the other one, which it is usually measured in the relative to the north, or that is maybe northeast or northwest, or relative to the south, e.g. southeast or southwest. Okay, note that in this second one, we also, the north is or the south will be mentioned first, and the angle is always less than 90 degrees, always less than 90 degrees. Okay, now we will select some of them. You can always pause the video to observe, to watch each of them, to analyze each of them by yourself. So let me look at the first one here. Looking at the first one here, we have 30 degrees. Take note of those black lines. Those are the angles we are talking about. The black lines are the angles we are referring to. Okay, so now for 30 degrees, we can see that we started from the north and we rotated clockwise until we got to 30 degrees. That's the black line there. That's where the black line is there. So it could be called 030 or north 30 degrees east. Because if you start from the north and you rotate clockwise, you will have moved 30 degrees before getting to that black line. So we can specify it in 3 digits, 3-figure bearing, 030 degrees, or in compass bearing, north 30 degrees east. Look at the second one there, number 2. The black line has moved 45 degrees, that is directly between the north and the east. That is why it is simply called northeast. That is in between north and east. You can call that 045 degrees or north 45 degrees east. Okay, fast forward to number 6 here. The line has moved to the second place down there. We've got 150 degrees. If it has moved to east, directly east, that's 90 degrees. We must take note of that. If it moves from north to east, that's 90 degrees. So, but it has gone beyond that. That means it is now between, that's now 150 specifically, is now 150 degrees. You can see that we can simply call that 150 degrees, or because the angle now, because we've got to call the south first if you want to call it in compass bearing. So we've got to say south 30 degrees. You see the angle at the corner there is just set 30 degrees. So we're going to say south 30 degrees east, or simply 150 degrees. 150 degrees. All right. We proceed. We've got more to talk about. We've got some more to talk about. We also have some other angles that we've chosen to use here. Okay, here they are. We've got 7 to 12, but let's look at them randomly. You can pause the video to consider them. 8. Let's look at 8. That one, the black line had rotated clockwise, gone beyond between southeast, now is between south and west. That is angle 200 degrees, because when it stops on south, that's directly 180 degrees. But now it has gone beyond that. That means it has gone beyond 180 degrees. Now if you have to represent angle 200, make sure it is between south and west, because it has gone beyond 180 degrees. Now, how do we call that? In 3-figure bearing, you can simply say 200 degrees. Of course, it's 3 digit already. But when we want to call it in compass bearing, it is between south and west, and you've got to call south first. So the angle in that corner there is, as you can see, so we call it south 20 degrees west. South 20 degrees west. Let's quickly speed up to 11. Let's look at that number 11 there. That has gone between west and north. That is angle 300. So if you've got to record something that is above 270, that finds itself between west and north, and so we're going to locate it in that direction. And so if you look at it very well, the angle there labeled 30 degrees is the angle that we are going to see above 270. And so the angle between north, if we start from the north and rotate backward a little, we're going to see 60 degrees there. So another way to call that angle 300 degrees is to say north 60 degrees west. That is north 60 degrees towards the west. Okay, finally now we can look at that of number 12, where we have 45 degrees backward. That is directly between north and west. Directly between north and west. That is 45 degrees in between north and west. So we can simply call that angle 315 degrees, or in compass bearing form we can call it north 45 degrees west, or simply northwest. Northwest, that's directly between north and west. So that's how you go about it.